Pat McGuinness, National Housing Party, just out on the campaign trail, literally going going canvassing right now, and yeah, just walking from my ward's in three sections. You've got Clerkenwell bit where I live, Chancery Lane, Clerkenwell bit, then you've got Holborn, and then you've got the Covent Garden bit. It's like three different parts. And I'm walking over to the Covent Garden bit, which is furthest away from me. And I'm concentrating on the drug problem around that bit, because that's where it is the worst. And I've started I started a petition to, because on my leaflet, you know, on my travels, I've just seen it, like with my own eyes, how bad it is. I've seen people taking heroin on the stairs in Dudley Court. I've heard stories of a lady taking her child to school at 9 in the morning, and there was a woman outside the school gate with a needle hanging out of her arm. I've heard the junkies have taken over the bin room in a certain block. Done a video about that the other day. And so yeah, I'm collecting signatures for the petition, which the only solution I can think of is automatic 4-week prison sentence for anyone taking drugs openly on the street. The long-term goal, the wider picture to solve the drug problem, is a complete decriminalisation. But we're years away from that. That's what our policy is. That would take the drug dealers off the streets immediately and clean the situation up in Covent Garden. So, but immediately it's got to be sorted out, this problem. And as I've said before, in Camden they've had alcohol-free zones, which means you can't drink tins of beer openly on the street. So they can do the same for taking Class A drugs on the street. Because another story I heard was a young lady. She went, she said, I can't believe you're talking about this, it's really good. And the road closures as well it's made the central London like a ghost town. Look, this is Holborn, and there's no traffic around. It's like a ghost town. And this young lady said to me, 7-8 o'clock in the evening, she's scared to walk out because the junkies have taken over the back streets around Holborn and around Covent Garden, Holborn, and there's no traffic driving around. So before, when you had traffic driving through all the time, like Drury Lane, they've chopped Drury Lane in half, so you don't get any traffic driving up there anymore. And she said there's no like before. She said she'd be walking around and you'd see like traffic jams and people there, and she'd feel safer because there'd be always people around. Now she said in all the back streets around Covent Garden it's deserted, and the junkies are just openly taking heroin and crack on the streets. And this is all because of the Labour Party, all their road closures, all their liberal, you know, just like in a way, the drugs have been decriminalised because they just don't do anything about it. People taking drugs openly on the streets. But as I said, the long-term goal is to decriminalise, put it in the hands of doctors, prescription only, not sell it in shops. We don't encourage people to take Class A drugs, but unfortunately there's quite a lot of people who want to do that, and they're not going to stop. So what is the point in it being illegal? It's 10 times the price. They're going around thieving off everyone. The shoplifting epidemic in central London, it's all over the country now. That's out of control. That's because of the drug problem. So just on my way there now, so I'm getting a lot of support on this particular issue, plus the road closures. You know, the road closures are getting worse in Islington. They've just announced they're going to be shutting about another 10 roads. Copenhagen Street, 4-Nil Road, all round there. You know, it's all connected. You know, that is Islington, but it's still Labour. It's still a Labour council, and it does affect me because I drive through there all the time. You know, the asylum system's getting worse, housing crisis is getting worse. You know, our party openly says no more refugees, no more asylum seekers, and detain and deport all illegal immigrants. Also the trans thing, Keir Starmer, the Labour Party, they tried to reverse the High Court decision about what a man and a woman is. You know, that's still a hot topic. People don't want sex education in schools. I do mention that, although if I was elected I wouldn't be able to change that, but I do speak out about it, and people will vote for you just on the fact that you're going to speak out about something and be vocal about something. So yeah, it's all looking good, and just about to arrive now where I'm going, and you know, it's just under a year now to my election. If anyone's thinking, right, about standing in election, oh, is it too early? It's never too early. You start now, you start leafleting. Get the electoral register, start knocking on doors once you've got your leaflet out. Yeah, it's never too early to start a campaign. So yeah, thanks for watching. Pat McGuinness, Christ is King. Have a lovely day in this lovely weather.